Welcome to the Wits Crits podcast, episode 5 with Aidan, part 1. Aidan,
Yes.
welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And welcome to Wits Crits.
Oh, we've revealed it?
Yeah, we have.
Damn. Where was I?
Our channel is up and running. Yeah, we're up and running.
I've been living under a rock.
It's fine, buddy. I've been there too. But I just want to say I apologize for killing you so many times playing Dungeons and Dragons. How many times have I killed you in Dungeons and Dragons?
1, 2, 3. Like full kill?
Yeah, like you're done. Like
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I've definitely killed you more times in Dungeons and Dragons, and not for lack of or maybe I should say, it's not that I wasn't trying or trying. You just had kind of poo-poo rolls.
Yeah, and the best part is I've only played 2 campaigns and the rest are one-shots.
Yeah,
so
still died.
I think I've played a total of 5 or 6 different sessions, 5 of which you DM'd. 2 of those sessions were campaigns, and I died in both of them.
Yeah. So I am so sorry.
It happens.
So one thing that I have always related to you with other people that have had other kind of, I don't know if it's issues, but finding someone else that really likes death metal and heavy metal, it has been so refreshing.
Yeah, man.
Dude, especially newer death metal, which I actually looked up a stat today because I was really interested, and tell me what you think about it. I looked up who are the big listeners of death metal, because I definitely see a new resurgence happening with the heavier stuff coming out. And it said almost half of the listeners for metal are 25 and under, which
really,
I know that surprised me. It's not quite half, but it's really close. And that really surprised me. And I don't know if it's just because, are you a millennial?
I was the last year millennial, yeah.
Okay, so you are a millennial.
96.
But you get it. There was a time where when we listened to metal music, it was on the outer fringe.
Yeah, for sure.
And things like even stores like Hot Topic were just very niche to those, and finding those band shirts that you would usually only find at the merch booths.
Yeah.
That now we could go to that store and get them. I think we helped really open up a generation, but there was a gap between where I kind of fell off, kind of at the end of new metal, kind of falling off. And that was maybe about 2010. Maybe a little bit after, a little bit before, somewhere.
I was thinking a little before, but yeah, because when I think new metal, I think Korn, Linkin Park's even in there, Slipknot, technically early on. And Linkin Park, they were on their 3rd or 4th album in 2008 at that time. Yeah. So that's my thinking of new metal is now what I guess is considered dad rock.
Yeah, 100%. It is considered dad rock. If you're playing Korn in your car and a younger generation person goes by, in their mind, I know what they're thinking. They're like, dad rock.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to Freak on a Leash. I'm just like, this is the most cool. And that's what our dads probably thought, listening to AC/DC and Guns N' Roses.
I grew up on Def Leppard and Motley Crue. And
Appetite for Destruction and then Vitology by Pearl Jam were 2 of my first albums. Yeah. But then after that, I got Toxicity by System of a Down. And then it was off to the races. And that's kind of where my music kind of took off.
You'll probably make fun of me for it, but for me, I think the first one that was it's dad rock, but the first new age heavier music I ever listened to, because I said, Def Leppard, Van Halen, but Nickelback, Silver Side Up. That was one of the first introductions to the newer style of rock and heavy rock and that kind of stuff, and then that turned into Disturbed was my favorite band in middle school, high school. Loved Disturbed. Yeah. And then my gateway into screamy music, funny enough, was Five Finger Death Punch, because they made very melodic radio metal. and have a soft spot for it, but I don't really listen to them anymore. But yeah, that was like my gateway. Then that became All That Remains, and then that became more and more heavy stuff. Once I really figured out this is what I like. That once I hear double bass, it's all I need. And like I go nuts over just a double foot pedal.
I was also big into the emo thing.
Oh yeah,
Even I mean, like I know My Chemical Romance is like the thing, but like Silverstein,
mm-hmm.
I was into screamo, like Atreyu too.
I love Atreyu,
Dude. Their last album, I can't remember the album title, but it had the song I think Crimson or the Crimson on it.
I think so. Yeah,
And I remember seeing that music video on Fuel.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, what band is this? Because it wasn't so deep bassy gutturals, very
It was
like
Fry Screams, yeah.
Yeah, it was Fry screaming, exactly. Yeah. And it was their drummer was also singing in that too.
He doesn't drum anymore, he's just the vocalist.
And I was so astounded by that. And then I went down a whole screamo genre thing.
Yeah, that was my scene, but I wasn't allowed to be a part of the scene. So like that was what I listened to and what I did, but I looked like normal's hearsay, whatever. But I was like a wallflower, was blending in, but that was like what I mainly hung out around.
Same. I went to a lot of different schools, and so I definitely had the same thing. And but then there's the classics. Like last podcast, I wore Slipknot shirt. I love Slipknot.
Yeah, of course.
Korn, Mudvayne. I loved Mudvayne. Even when they did Hell Yeah, I loved Hell Yeah.
Yep, that was a super group.
Yeah, dude, that was a fun one. But then like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be over and done with. Like it kind of hit this wall, kind of the point we talked about, and then there was this almost 10-year gap or hiatus in like heavier hard rock. There has definitely been stuff that's come out,
sure,
but it has felt so on the fringes that it felt like it was about to disappear at any moment. Like rock was dead, right? Now I feel like rock is more so dying, but metal is coming back hard. And I don't know how they figured it out, but it's coming back, and it's not as dirty. It seems like they've really cleaned it up, and I mean like the tones and how to overlay the singers, and like they've actually it sounds less garagey.
Production.
It does sound like it's more production. Even bands like, and whether you love them or hate them, Sleep Token.
I was just going to bring them up.
Let me tell you my first experience with Sleep Token. I was at Blue Ridge Rock Fest, one of the last years that they did it, and they had like Slipknot, Lorna Shore, and while we're waiting for another band to come on, they have both stages on the side, so you can kind of bounce between both stages. And we're waiting for ours, and we're in front row. And I seriously can't even remember the band we're waiting for. Sleep Token starts playing on the other stage, which we're front row, but they're kind of over there. And holy shamoly, I became a super fan immediately. And I was just like, wow, they're doing something really interesting. They're bringing in like almost like an R&B style singing to it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it was the bass was so heavy, and I'm not talking about from the drum, I'm talking about from the bass player, and just the electronic whatever they're doing in the back to kind of tune up or down the sound and make it sound better, like you said, production blew me away. And it was a privilege that was a one day that
it was live.
And it was live, and it was amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome. The first time I heard of them was 22. I think The Summoning was like the biggest single that year for them. Whenever that came out, that was the first song I heard of Sleep Token, and then I became a big fan of them. Taking Me Back to Eden was like one of my, if not my most listened to album. Last year, the year before that. I actually haven't listened to the new album really that much, but that's just because I've been on and off with music this past year and into last year. Between being busy and with work, I'm either listening to a podcast or a book, surprisingly enough. But I've been listening to more music recently. That new Bring Me the Horizon single is so good.
I'm loving seeing bands, and this was something that happened on nu metal, Their first album was heavy.
Mhm.
Their second album was more definitive.
Mm-hmm.
And then their third album, they would soften up a little bit. They'd actually stop less of the screaming intensity and do more,
Yeah.
more vocals,
Yeah.
more cleaned up, more production. And now it's just no, we're gonna keep going heavier. I mean, a pale face Swiss right now, dude, that's my jam right now.
Their first song I heard of theirs was The Gallows.
Dude, was it Hate or Hatred?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's my anthem right now.
When I heard The Gallows, I was driving home and I was like, I'm ready to rip my steering wheel off.
And then you got to walk into work. Like,
no, I was on my way home, so it was perfect.
Bro.
I listened to it like nonstop. Listening to that in traffic, perfect combination.
Dude, trying to go into work after you've just like been headbanging and screaming, and people are like, "Oh, you sound a little hoarse. Are you sick?" Be like, "I'm fine." You've been
a little fired up.
Yeah. I think there's something there. It makes my day better, at least when I do those kind of things. But yeah, I've loved seeing the new progression with metal lately, and I'm so excited. It felt like it was about to die, and it was just so old school. And man, and when I saw that stat earlier today, or last night sometime, whenever, I got really enthusiastic because I'm like, cool, the next generation is actually pushing forward into something that I generally loved.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if there was like death and black metal, and it was too much.
Yeah,
like
Black
Cannibal
Metal's
Corpse,
not for me.
Mayhem, bands like that.
That's straight up death metal.
Yeah, it's a little too harsh for me. I respect those bands because without those two bands alone, without them, almost none of this would have opened up into being able to get the gigs and the publicity that the bands that are coming up now need to get. So I have nothing but honor and respect for them. But man, it's dirty might not be the right word, but it just sounds so compressed with so many sounds and the vocals and I love the metal now where I can, even though they're deep guttural growlings or fry, I can still understand what they're saying. And I love that because I love to hear the lyrics behind it because that means a lot to me in those songs.
Yeah. You ever listen to Left to Suffer?
Left to Suffer. I might have. I don't know.
They're like one of my favorite bands right now. They're so good. Or Make Them Suffer, 2 Suffer bands. No? Make Them Suffer is also fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. Highly recommend their newest album. So good.
Do you like to go to the concerts though?
I haven't been in a while. The last time I went to a rock show, well, I technically went to A Day to Remember last year, and Boundaries opened up for them. And I can't think of the middle band. And there was actually 4. Oh man, why can't I think of Yellow Card? Yellow Card also.
Yellow Card. It's probably one of their last concerts, then, right?
I think so. Maybe.
I think that they just wrapped up.
Yeah, because it was last year. I think August or so. It was great. I bought a Yellow Card hoodie because it looked awesome. Yep. But A Day to Remember is my favorite band overall. But that was before that. I saw him in 2020. But in 2019, I went to Rage Fest up in New York.
Okay,
it was Gideon, Veil of Maya, Hawk, which they were like the openers. They were a pretty small band. Attila.
Oh, okay.
And Crown the Empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know Hawk, but okay.
Yeah. It's not surprising that you didn't know Hawk. I didn't know who they were when I got there.
Were they good though?
Yeah, everyone was great.
Awesome.
Gideon was fun. They're very like slam metal, like heavy riff, pretty sludgy. Attila is Attila.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
I got to see Slayer once at a Carolina Rebellion.
That's cool.
It was by far the biggest mosh pit I've ever seen. It was from stage all the way as far back before it's just people kind of walking into the merch stands. Yeah. And I was like, this is crazy. And it was so dusty that day too. There's just dust getting kicked up. So if you're in the back, you probably didn't even see them. But it was amazing. They put on a show. It's weird. They have a weird schedule. They just kind of pop up, which, I mean, rightfully so. They're one of those bands that really, push the limits for other bands to kind of come up. So
Yeah.
I respect them a lot in many ways. When I'm a pit guy though. I like to go into the pit.
I've been on the outskirts. I've never really been in the pit.
I'll start a pit. I'll be like, the pit is here. And there'll be sometimes there are people that are like, no, don't do it. I'll be like, it's too late. And then like there's like 4 big dudes. You can see like the people partying. There's like, they're coming through. And it'll be just 4 or 5 of us. And we'll just start, circle pitting. And then once it opens up, if I'm looking at the stage, I like to be on the back of the pit now that I'm older. So I kind of become this lifeguard now when I'm out there. And that's just because I can you get this weird sixth sense too. When you kind of get crowd surfers coming up, and I'll just be like crowd surfer, and I'll help push them over so they don't fall in the pit. I help pick people up when I see it. I'll get on the outskirts, but man, when there are dudes like hitting real heavy in there, I back out now. I used to do it, but not anymore.
I've never really had that energy. Like I just go to listen to the music, headbang, jump around, but I'm not a pit guy. Like I'll be on literally the ring. I'll be like on the outskirts of it, just like you said, helping people up and that kind of thing. I almost got kicked in the face once because someone decided they wanted to do a backflip.
Yeah, the acrobatics dudes that are doing like the flying kicks.
Yeah, that's just dangerous.
Yeah,
it's not my thing.
Well, it's a thing that happens in a pit. Like sometimes it's just a mass kind of pushing, shoving. Other times it's just circles, and there's slam dancing in the middle, and it might be more than one person.
Yeah,
and so I think some of the younger people just don't know the timing for it, but it kind of circles in between those, and then at some point there's a wall of death, which is who doesn't like a wall of death? Right. My mother would be very disappointed in me if she if she knew what I participate in. But no, like you have to know when to actually kind of go into those certain moments when you're in a mosh pit at a metal concert. And I'll just say right now, I've never been in a mosh pit and never seen anyone stay down for longer than like a couple seconds.
Sure.
It's been amazing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, no one's gotten hurt, but I've only seen people really get hurt when they've tripped and fallen or they get overheated.
That would be me.
I've never seen someone get trampled. And I've been, I want to say I have at least 60, 70 metal concerts under my belt / festivals, just days that I've gone.
Yeah.
I mean, now you might go to different things and I don't even know how big that number is, but I think out of all those times, I've never really seen anybody actually get trampled in those. And I've heard stories from way back in the day, like I think it was the Beatles, maybe, like people charging the stage and someone getting trampled to death. I know that's awful.
Sounds about right.
But that's weird because they're like, pop rock, original OG boy band kind of. And, the horror stories come from them. But then you go to a metal concert and the guy's like, if you fall down, we pick you back up. And then they go into just the hardest song ever. And I don't know, the culture there, it's like express yourself in these really intense ways, but take care of each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's a community.
It is a community, a very dark community, but there's some light at the end of the tunnel that we all try to find when we're there.
I saw at Rage Fest, someone had a shirt that said angry music for happy people. And I'm like, nice.
It is.
Nice.
And sometimes I need that. And other times I need, I need some Tyler Childers or Sturgill Simpson on the way home.
Sure.
I don't like a lot of country music.
I'm not modern country.
I'm picky, I will say, because the guys I just list, like Sturgill Simpson, I do like him, and he is modern, but he plays, I think, more into an older style where it's more folky.
Yeah.
I do like kind of the 80s country, 70s, 80s country.
Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson's my jam.
Yeah, man.
That's my jam right there.
And I feel like they're telling a story from hardship, something that when I need to listen to that in that moment.
Neon Moon, bruh.
Praise. Like, yeah. And it hits a moment for me when, you're listening to those songs and maybe you've had a bad day and you can reflect on it with them. That's the fun part of music that I like.
Yeah. Or
sometimes you're just like, I need to wake up. And so you'll put on some, I've done was it Power Man 5000 or whatever?
Sure.
And just, I mean, I know that's like not the biggest or most popular. I've thrown on Prodigy before or Pendulum. I listen to electronic kind of drum and bass stuff too, and it's just whatever I need. So
Yeah.
I keep it open, but modern pop country not my thing because I think if there wasn't so many songs that were the exact same, I feel like it just feels like it's about getting in the truck, drinking beer, kind of things. And I know I'm going to get hate saying this. If it's your music, though, by all means, go listen to it and,
Sure.
and enjoy your life. But for
There's
me,
a reason why
can't
it's
relate.
popular and
Yeah.
famous and on the radio.
But I can't relate to it.
No,
No.
because it wasn't made for you. It was made for people who want to listen to a song that you'd hear in the grocery store. It's simple, but it's catchy. It gets stuck in your head.
Yeah. Well said. Well
Yeah.
said. Man, one band I've really regretted never being able to see. There's multiple, but man, I really would love to see Metallica before they get done.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've never gotten to see them because they're definitely, I think they were one of the transitional bands going into new metal.
Oh, for sure.
Because they were metal, they were thrash.
Oh, yeah.
And then they changed it to this new sound
Mm-hmm.
that was metal, but the vocals were good vocals. There was a production level.
Yeah, the Black Album is what comes to my mind.
Yeah, and follow the timeline right after that.
Yeah.
You start getting, I mean, just a few years later, those new metal bands coming back up. I think they were
the bridge between hair metal and new metal.
Yeah. Even though they were thrash metal to start.
Yeah.
They did something really interesting. And I know there's a lot of hate. They have a weird story too. They've gone through band members, but who hasn't? I mean, that's just part of the story and the journey.
Yeah, I mean, if you just don't bring up any of them in front of a Megadeth fan.
Fair point. Yeah. Never seen Megadeth. Never seen Megadeth.
They don't do it for me. They never really have.
Yeah, I've listened to them.
Great shredding and stuff. Just his voice kills it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the voice.
Yeah, Dave Mustaine's voice kind of ruins it for me. It's very easy to make fun of.
You want to try to do an impression?
Not right now.
Okay. Fair.
Watch me become a god.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. It's not my thing.
Have you ever tried to play metal while you're doing something and then somebody else is just like, can you please turn that off? I really can't even hear myself think. But I'm working like it's almost like white noise in the back.
My family.
Your family. My family.
So anytime I was doing any sort of chore, I was playing my stuff, and I'd have to listen to it over headphones because the rest of the family does not like it. So I get to listen to Christmas music in July, but they can't listen to A Day to Remember ever.
Yeah. What do you listen to? So you can listen to metal doing anything then, right?
Yeah, easily.
Is that your go-to for like gaming and stuff too?
I don't really listen to music when I game, mainly because when I play games, I'm usually playing with friends, so I'm on my microphone.
Fair.
So they don't want to listen to music. We're usually trying to just chat. It's more of a social aspect for gaming-wise. There are times where I'm by myself and I'll listen to music, and it'll be metal or movie scores or like EDM or rap. I listen to literally everything though, but like those are like my main go-tos.
Dude, I'll rock some Hans Zimmer.
Bruh, he's one of my favorites. He was the
I didn't think you'd do any better after was it Intergalactic, and then Dune came out, and I was like,
Hans Zimmer was the keyboardist for the Bugles.
For the Bugles.
Yeah, Video Killed the Radio Star.
Oh, the band.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was the keyboardist for them. Yeah.
Huh.
Fun fact.
That is a fun fact. I had no
Yeah.
idea. Dude, that was the first, and I think that was the last music video they played on MTV. They start and finish with that. It was so weird because I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 88, so
yeah,
I grew up hard in the 90s. I mean, my whole childhood was in the 90s,
you're
right?
8 years older than me.
And so MTV, I watched transition in the 90s to what it was in the 2000s, which became all reality stuff.
Yep.
And it was so weird. But what was cool is we had, and I talked about earlier, like Fuel came out, which, oh my God, like Oh, what was the band? We're going down, 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 around.
Oh, Fall Out
Fall Out
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first video I saw on Fuel, and I
Okay.
turned it on there, and I was like, "What band is this?" And I remember the music video, some kid with antlers, and like the dad of the girlfriend he liked, and like they're playing,
Yeah.
and the bass player was like emo. He ended up becoming kind of like one of the main like hosts for some of the MTV stuff. And I remember when and it was like, that was their debut, blah, blah, blah. And it was like their debut too. And I was like, what? And I really got into them for that album. I really liked that album.
Yeah.
But
they were really annoying there for a little bit. Just their music, because it was,
really,
in my opinion, yeah.
Okay.
Like in their span of like 2012 to 2013, or not 13, 14 or 15, like that 2 to 3 year span where they were unavoidable. It got
You're right.
pretty annoying to hear Mr. Stump's voice.
That is true.
Mr. Patrick.
Yeah. I mean, they made it, dude.
Dude,
I mean,
they're great. I have so much respect for them. But like that era was so hard to like them because they were unavoidable.
You know who I feel like that about? I feel the same way about this band, and I still like them, but man, I avoided them like the plague for a few years. Imagine Dragons.
I still avoid them.
And it was just because it got so overplayed. And I was like, hey, they're so good songs and you're overdoing it.
I can't take credit for this, but Imagine Dragons is who Nickelback, or is who the internet thinks Nickelback is, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. So wait, so
how people how the internet dogs on Nickelback, you know, like the meme, yeah. It should be Imagine Dragons that they're making fun of, not Nickelback. But neither one of them does like the crazy enunciation, pronouncing, and how they sing. Like he doesn't actually sing like how everyone makes fun of him. Creed does.
Still a good band, man.
I love Creed. I grew up on Creed and Nickelback. So
okay, name one band that resurged harder than Creed recently from when they originally came out.
Ooh.
Because for whatever reason, there was a dad rock joke, and then it went to Creed, and it would be like a meme online. It'd be like when you're alone outside and you hear your dad playing music, take me higher, and it's just, I don't know any band that made that resurgence to this day. Metallica, actually, you know, they had a big resurgence when they released a couple albums. But man, Creed had this crazy wild, it was almost like a meme that just took off and they came back wild. It was just a meme that got out of control. It's so weird. One meme can really like dictate billions of dollars of sales and records and all that crazy stuff.
It's kind of like a literal meme, Rick Astley. Like no one thought about him until the Rickroll happened, and then he like that. Talk about a resurgence.
Oh my god,
he's just randomly walking onto the stage for some people, just singing that song. Why? This is a Nicki Minaj show. Why is he here?
Oh my god, dude. So they have a link on YouTube, and just people got so wild, they would take the QR code and use that as a link, and they would put the QR code, be like, pay here with Venmo, and it takes them straight to getting Rickrolled. Rickrolled was probably top 10 most fun things to do for like 6 months.
Yeah, you know the scannable SoundCloud bar thingy? I literally saw someone with it tattooed on their arm that sent you to Never Gonna Give You Up on Spotify.
They did it on Family Guy.
Yeah.
Dude, amazing. But what kind of video games are you playing? We were talking about video games for a sec.
Right now it's Solo Leveling, Arise something. I can't it's a long name, but it's based off the anime that you're very familiar with.
Yeah. I was actually huge with the manhwa. I've read it through almost 3 times.
How long is the manhwa?
Oh God.
Do you
a
physically
couple
have it?
hundred. It's a few hundred. No, I looked at it online.
Gotcha.
But I think it's on like Webtoons. Like it was just open. Like you just go to it. I don't won't get into specifics. I didn't do any weird, dark web stuff to find it. I just looked up, the manhwa for this. And I think they only let you look at the newer chapters when they came out. Well, however it worked. But anyways, it's different. I love anime and manga, right?
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to Shonen Jump. I love reading the next day scans for all my favorite stuff. But it's a webtoon more so because you scroll down with it and it's full color. And this was the first manhwa I got into because I just saw something like, hey, Korea is starting to get into the manga game. They're getting big. And I was like, well, what's some big ones? And then I find that one. I was like, oh, look, someone full colored it. It's like, no, that's how it is. It's full color. I'm like, whoa. And it was, I flew through it. And the story, there's no filler. It just
Goes.
Just goes
That's
all
how
the way to the end.
That's how the show is.
And it's if it was a shonen jump, it's probably the best shonen jump. I don't know if that's what we can call it, but just that tournament style, gaining power.
Mm-hmm.
But man, by the end, it gets a little weird because you're really discovering the depths of where his powers come from. I'm not going to spoil anything.
I'm so excited to learn that. I'm so curious. I need to watch season 2. I haven't watched season 2. At this point in the game, I'm past like where season 2, like where I am in the show. I'm past that, so I have a little idea, but not fully.
Tell me where you're at in the game. I just want to see how it relates.
So I just recently started being able to harness shadows and resurrect them. I just beat Igris the Red. I don't know if he's in the show or manhwa.
Yes.
That fight was pretty difficult.
As it should be. Yeah. In the manhwa, he almost dies in that fight. Like
that makes sense.
It gets close.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It translated well. I definitely didn't die twice. And then went back to the menu, changed some things, and then went back.
As any good gamer should.
No rules were changed. It just changed because you can, with your health potions, you could change the potion so it doesn't just heal you. It also gives you another effect. And one of the things that I had unlocked was an effect that cancels bleed. Because when you heal with just a regular potion, bleeding continues. And Igris's attack made you bleed. So I basically just went back, did that, and then if I had, because each bleed makes you drain faster, I think it goes up to 5 bleed symbols. I would hit like 3 or 4 because I wasn't dodging or blocking everything, and I'd heal. Tiny bit of my health bar goes up, but the bleed stops, so I'm not constantly draining health. But you go in with 3 other hunters. The cool thing is you can recruit almost every like major character from the show. I just killed, like in the actual story, I just killed one. He was a paladin, like a big ass paladin with a hammer. I don't know. I can't, Lex or something like that, I think was his name. And we harnessed his shadow so we can bring him back at some point. And I also have a bear shadow.
Okay, so I know where you're at. So the ice elves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the boss ice elf just challenged me, and the guy was like, "Wait, that was Jin. Wow, I can't think of his name.
Sung Jinwoo.
Yeah, Jinwoo. He was like, that was Jinwoo's voice, and then he was like, die, and he came from behind, and Idris just caught him out of the air with his sword.
Gotcha. Is that where you're at right now?
Yeah.
Man, you are in such a treat. It's so good. That's where, like, after the ice elf thing, that's where it starts picking up. But, like, you think you're going fast now with the story just starts skyrocketing from there.
Yeah.
There's little slowdown points here and there for sure, just to give, like, backstory and whatever. But it just goes. And Jinwoo just doesn't stop. It's so good, man.
Yeah.
It's so good. I've never read something back-to-back times so fast. And that's somebody that I think I have on the Shonen Jump app, like, at least 15 to 20 of them that I regularly read as soon as they come
Explain to me
out.
what that is.
So Shonen Jump is a comic book that comes out in Japan. And basically it has things like Naruto,
Mm-hmm.
Black Clover.
Okay.
I think Black Clover actually moved out of Shonen Jump. I think they got a new company or publishing company or whatever. Um, so don't call me out on that. but it's things like that where it's kind of tournament style. It usually focuses more on like teenagers and stuff compared to I think it's called like Seinen, which is
Okay.
more like darker stuff, which would be like stuff like Berserk.
What's the one that's everyone's so muscular it's almost grotesque?
Baki.
Baki. I was gonna say Baku, but I think that's
Mhm.
wrong. It's Baki.
Yeah, Baki. I just watched the last episode of Baki Duo a couple days ago.
Is it sort of like that? Because that's very
Yeah,
arena.
I like the new season that came out. They kind of divided it in two chunks. The first part's better because he gets in a little scrap, and I say little. Spoiler alert: he fights his dad. The manga's been out forever. So, but anyways, but then they bring in Musashi and like the guy who wrote was it the Art of War, the Five Rings.
Okay. Yeah.
That he was the most famous samurai of all time.
Yep.
Seriously, he gets brought back to life in a weird way, and he ends up. That's the whole premise is dealing with that crazy man.
Okay.
That part wasn't as good as him having to go up against his dad, which is known as the ogre, the strongest creature on earth.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. And Baki is just fun. I've watched every episode once, I think. I thought it was really interesting that they started out when they first dropped Baki, they started in a really interesting spot and it worked. They dropped it where like a bunch of prisoners are coming out of the woodworks and they're seeking defeat basically. And so they find the most badass fighters in Japan. And so they kind of have this ringless tournament. You know, they're fighting whenever the fight is, wherever it is, that's when the fight is. What anything's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting concept and it felt very life or death, which is one thing I like about a lot of anime and manga is it tends to be a lot more gritty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really interesting. And that guy's art style, I
It's
think
very unique.
I can't think of his name, but it is very unique. But he is all about defining muscle and physique and making sure to showcase that in every way
Mm-hmm.
and bring the best elements out of if this was an unbelievable fighter at not 100 but 400% of what a person could do, what would they look like, feel like, and
Just
be like?
absolutely swollen.
Yeah. With a few bits of dashes of mysticism, you know. But nothing crazy like, you know, Naruto, where they're like doing hand signs and like now I'm summoning a nine-tailed beast or whatever, or
Yeah.
shadow clones of myself. You know, it's nothing that extreme. But yeah, I guess I should just say I'm a big anime nerd. Talk about all day.
I've watched Castlevania. I'm really bad at finishing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I've watched Castlevania, the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, which I absolutely love. I actually finish it. But I've heard that season 2 is
Was it Regal or Tokyo
something like that.
Regal or something? Yeah, I skipped out on it. They do like a time skip and then it's from what I've heard not that good. I avoided watching that one too. But the first part of that before that time skip and everything, gold.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
It's
I think
so
they had
good.
something really special. And just like most things, I don't know what happens, just somebody with money or production or writing, somebody gets replaced or taken over and it kind of goes poo poo.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, you know what I don't watch anymore? I don't watch a lot of TV and live action stuff as much anymore. It's just not, it doesn't do it for me anymore. But if I watch something that's animated, I immediately get immersed. And I don't know why that is. It's this weird thing where they've done it so perfect to animate it to exactly how it's supposed to be. And I know that there's a voice actor, but it's being portrayed by that's what they really look like on the screen. So when I see that, I get more immersed in it. But then I see an actor and I see
Oh, it's Matt Damon.
It's yeah, and I know that they're in this giant studio with a green screen, and I get completely
Sure.
unimmersed. I didn't mind CGI as much in the 90s and in the 2000s, but now it's 70, 80, 90% of what you watch on the big, you know, AAA movies. And it's just
Yeah.
I'm checked out now. I can't do it.
Yeah. I think mid 90s to like 2010, like that was like a really good era of excuse me, movies and stuff because they were blending it still,
Mhm.
still using practical and uh CGI. And no biased opinion or anything, but Lord of the Rings probably has the best of combination of the
Mhm.
two, and it still looks good.
Yeah.
It, like, yeah, sure, it's a little dated, but for it coming out in 2001, it looks great.
Still holds up today. And most
Yeah.
people still argue that it's definitely better than The Hobbit. Like you
Oh
watch The
yeah.
Hobbit and you just know.
Well, when some of the parts were filmed on a GoPro, it kind of takes a little bit of the
Yeah.
immersion out of it.
Or you see the behind the scenes parts, or you see parts
Yeah.
where like Ian McKellen, he
He
had a
was-
difficult time
yeah.
because he didn't have any other actors there.
Yeah, he was depressed and he debated quitting,
Yeah.
which is
How do you act in a room when there's no setting and nobody there to act against?
Yeah.
That's so hard. That must be so
it's
hard.
like you trying to do a podcast by yourself right now.
Yeah, I can't do it. I have to have somebody to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Even if somebody was sitting across from me and they were just kind of, short answering things or just giving me yes or no, at least I have somebody to kind of talk to.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. But it's not a green screen dummy that's
Mhm.
across from me and I'm not getting anything.
Just a dummy. There's no green screen over here.
I mean, no, I'm just kidding. We've known each other for a while, so we can call each other dummy, right?
No.
So when we first met, one of the things I think I immediately asked you, just because I could sense the power of nerdom in you, was you want to
Sure.
play Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, I think you were talking about it with somebody. It could have been Will at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "You play Dungeons and Dragons?"
I was like, a lot.
And I was like, "I've never played, and I'm very interested, very curious."
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what started it.
Do you love Dungeons and Dragons? Or love might be a strong word, but do you like Dungeons and Dragons after playing it for a few years now?
Yeah. What got me into it was a podcast, and it made me want to play. Got to play,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's kind of something I look forward to every week. Not always every week, but
Mhm.
definitely something I look forward to. Because there's days where it's like, man, today's been a day. I just want to go home, and that's it. Just want to go home.
Some days it's be like that.
Yeah.
What do you like about it though? Like, so I love dungeon mastering and playing the story
Yeah.
and giving you guys a story to play in.
I like the fact that creating your character is almost entirely on you, and I just like the character aspect, like making something like oh, this would be cool to do. Like, here's an idea. I'm gonna try this. I'm not great at like the whole role play thing. I'm doing my best and trying as hard as I can.
That's all I ask.
But I just like, because it's living a video game just in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm such a gamer, guys. I mean, I started playing video games when I was 4. I maybe even younger. I remember playing Frogger on my cousin's PlayStation, and then he got an Xbox when they came out, and I got the PlayStation as a hand-me-down, and then in 2005 I got a PlayStation 2. In 2008,
yeah,
2008 or 9 I got a PlayStation 3. I went through a few of those. And then got a Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 when I was in college. And and a Nintendo Switch, and those were the last consoles I bought other than building a PC.
Stop holding your head tab. Okay, I'll stop holding my head. You mean like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Why? What's going on?
You look like you're falling asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not falling asleep. I don't know. Sorry.
But,
We have a tech guy behind the podcast now.
Where?
Where is he?
But back to what I was saying, yeah, it's just created because I have a pretty imaginative mind. I can see the stuff that we're talking about. Like I envision it really well.
Nice.
I can't translate it. Like I can't draw for shit.
Yeah,
Or
same.
I can put a model together and I can paint the model. Not very well.
By the way, you're good at minis. I know you think. I know you're hard on yourself.
Yeah,
But I've been more than satisfied by any of the minis that you've made and brought into here.
mm-hmm.
And you have a job with 3D printing stuff, kind of, anyways, in a sense.
Yeah,
But it's different. But
entirely.
It's entirely different ends of the spectrum. But man, I've really enjoyed the 3D stuff, the Warhammer things that you brought in, which you're a Warhammer guy.
I am. That's another one of those games that I was going to talk about.
So tell me about Warhammer, because I know a small inkling about it. I know kind of just in general what it's about.
Specifically 40K. We just want to make that clear.
Sure. Wherever you want to start.
What do you want to know? Do you want more lore stuff or do you want like game stuff? Because I haven't played like the big 40K on the tabletop. I've only played Kill Team, which is its own game. It's smaller.
Well, you talk about the lore and stuff. So
because that is a very, very wide.
Right. That gets in maybe too many specifics. That's like talking about the planes of existence.
Pretty
D&D.
much, but...
So I, as far as I thought, and I know I'm probably wrong because I haven't played, but Warhammer, not as story-driven, but is it more lore-driven, you think, in that sense?
It's rules-driven.
Rules-driven.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the game, they do use some of the lore to help with some of the rules. For example, the set that I brought in, I have a kill team that's Harlequins. They are death jesters, basically. They're dark elves that worship a he's not one of the chaos gods, but he's a god that protects the Black Library, which has all of the information, all knowledge ever recorded is there.
Mm-hmm.
I can never remember his name, and it's pronounced so many different ways. But they worship him and work for him. Everything is a big performance. So like the big kill at the end is a massive crescendo. Like everything is drawn out. It's a performance, and they have rules in Kill Team where if you're fighting more melee, you get a bonus because you're doing this kind of theatric, or if you're using range, you get a bonus in this because you're using this type of theatric.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to make that clear to your opponent, whichever one you're using in the beginning of your turn phase. They also, because how you move is based off of distance, and you measure with a ruler. So like the Harlequins have 8 inches of movement, and with obstacles, they can go up to 3 inches tall. And each one, if you want to go to the top of a 3-story, it's 3 inches of movement.
Okay, so each story is
1 inch.
1 inch.
Yeah.
So you guys measure by inches. We usually use
Yep.
A grid. For D&D, we use a grid or hexagons sometimes, however you want to do it. I've tried using, and you've been here, I tried to use rulers and stuff for D&D because I wanted a natural map that didn't have the grid pattern on it, but it doesn't cross over very well.
Yeah,
but
so
it's really interesting that it crosses over for 40K.
Yeah, because that's how the strategy comes into play, because you can only move so far. If you're in concealment, I believe you have to be able to see, or if you're undercover, you have to be able to see both sides of the base, or else you get you get a bonus.
But when you
defense.
say base,
the
base of the miniature,
the base of that it's standing on.
So it's line of sight when you're playing.
Yeah.
So if you're actually playing on like one of these big
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen like it's like 6x8.
You use a laser pointer to see if you actually can see. Yeah, and you have one that draws a line across the whole thing that you can hold above it and move it around. And then you can have a direct eyesight laser where you hold it where it's supposed to be and just point it and see if you can actually see them. But it is entirely distance based because, like, for instance, their plasma pistol only has, I think one of them has a plasma pistol, only has an 8-inch range. So if you have a character that's 11 inches away from me, I have to move to you in order to shoot at you.
Got you. So so in D&D, every time we have a session, there's something that carries on, right?
Mhm.
Like, you're striving to get a next level.
Sure.
Every time that you play Warhammer, the version that you play,
Mhm.
is there anything that carries on, or is it just you're kind of taking bits and pieces of what you've kind of put together as your team to go up against another team? Do you level up? Do you get what I'm trying to say, though? Or is
Yes,
there
I do.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, no, because every game that you play, because Kill Team's pretty short. It's like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, depending on who you're playing with.
Okay.
And there's always a winner and a loser. There's 4 turning points. Turning point ends when everybody moves their playable models. And there's a critical operation, there's a tactical operation, and then there's a kill operation. So you're doing all 3 of those at a time. The critical operation is like the main one that everyone's doing. Like, so it'd be you versus me. We have one critical operation. There's 3 points on the map. Say it's control. You need to control more objectives than the opponent. And how that works is, say you get 2, I get 1. You get 2 victory points for that turning base. I get 1. If I control all 3, the next one I get 3, you get none. If we control none of them, no points. And depending on which one you choose, because you also have your tactical op, which is like an individual operation that you're doing for yourself. For instance, one is, I believe, flank. So you basically need to be in the other person's zone, so they're half of the map, and you need to incapacitate one of their players on their side of the map.
Okay.
So that's an example of a tactical op. And then there's the kill op, which is, say your team has 11 guys, mine has 8. Your kill op is a better ratio because there's less guys, so I'm going to be harder to kill.
Okay.
So like, I believe if there's 5, because there are teams of 5, those are like elite teams typically. That's 1 victory point per kill, and it changes by ratio of how many people you have. So I think like when you have more than 10, it's every 2 people you kill, you get a victory point, and that kind of thing.
So and I'm doing my best to follow along. So when you go to make your armies, or
so with Kill Team, they're kind of sold in a set.
Okay.
With like big Warhammer, there's like 1,200, 2,000 point armies. I don't really know what that means because I haven't played it, but it's a lot of people.
Right.
So like they sell things, they're called combat patrols. It's basically like a squad of like 20 or more models. I have one for the World Eaters because that's my favorite Chaos faction. I don't even know how many points that is. I don't think it's a full 1,000, but it might be.
So when you pick that, is it like kind of when you're picking these armies, is it kind of like picking a class then in D&D because you're picking something that does specific things? I imagine each army has its pros and cons.
Absolutely.
So you pick that, and then are there pre-built is it everything pre-built? Like you pick it and it's already determined based on what version you're playing?
Nope.
You get to alternate and kind of, okay.
So there are some rules, but like everything comes on a sprue, and each model will have well, not everyone, but most of the models will have variants. So like with my combat patrol, mine comes with a demon prime a prime demon, I think. And there's 3 different build models for it. You can either have it with like a big axe, 2 melee weapons or have it with something in wings. So like you can certain models have different builds, and you just follow the rules to see which one you like. And with some, like for instance, the ones I just put together, the Tempestus Aquilin, they are just regular old dudes from the Astra Militarum, and they have drop packs on their back, so they literally fly in. So like when you deploy, you have to split your team into thirds, and it has to be the same amount in the first, and then whatever's left over in the last one. So like the Aquilins are 11, so it's 4, 4, and 3. I can drop all 4, so you drop your first 4, and then you can put place markers on the map within the 3 or 6 inches of the border. And then whenever between that turning point and the end of turning point 2, I can drop my guys from those drop pods.
Do you think
that's a specific ability that they have?
Do you think from where, because you're playing both sides of a spectrum of TTRPGs?
Yeah.
Which one do you think's more popular right now?
Ooh,
I know it's a hard question.
I think right now D&D is probably more popular because there's so many D&D.
At least in the United States. We should keep it to the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure then.
Yeah.
Warhammer is massive. It's been massive. D&D came first. I believe. Yeah, it did. And Warhammer is huge. It started in England. It's actually really big in Russia. I know that.
I mean, they're snowed in all year. So, I mean, what are they going to do?
like I'm on the Astra Militarum community group, and the amount of Russian memes that are on that, just because there's so many Russians, it's
I don't know why that makes me giggle.
They like their Warhammer, man.
Good.
And they have a lot of really cool stuff. Like the Kill Team app. It's not on iPhone because the guy who made it, because Warhammer has their own Kill Team app, and then this guy made KT Dash. The guy who made it, I believe, is Russian, and he does not like iPhone or Apple. So like he has an actual app for Android and stuff, but not. I have to stay on the website when I use it.
I do not like iPhone,
which I don't blame him. I don't like it either. I can't wait to get rid of mine,
buddy. I got my Pixel, and I love this thing.
Yeah,
man.
I got this, and within 3 months of having it, I hated it.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
It's fine. I loved it for the camera and stuff, but you know,
what do you think makes because this is something I can't tell you how many I run into people that are on one side or the other. So I love talking to you about this. Why do you think, or what makes one better than the other? And I'm going to take a guess at it. I think for the people that want less imaginative and more crunchy, more mechanics, like the Warhammer, because they don't want to play so much pretend in the fact that I'm a person playing pretend in a fantastical world. They like playing in this is my squad that I'm controlling versus somebody that's like, I like to really get out of my skin and play D&D and be this character. Do you think that's kind of where the line lays? Not that I'm not saying I run into somebody that plays 40K on the street and we start cursing each other out and beat the shit out of each other or anything. You know, we're not at a feud or anything, but it's that would be hilarious.
If I was gonna say, if you do, can you find like whatever local that has the security camera footage? Just send it to me.
Be the nerdiest fight ever. Just some dude just some dude in a robe for some dude that built a cardboard mecha suit out of it, just fighting in the road.
That's a visual I need.
Sorry.
I'm trying to answer your question at the same time as like thinking of that. I want to say it's not necessarily because of that, but with Warhammer, there's so many different factions and ways things operate because the world is fucking huge. Anyone with whatever you identify with, you can find something there. I think what draws people to Warhammer if not so much D&D, is it's more of a strategy tactical game, and two, it is D&D can be literally whatever it wants, but Warhammer, just off of a vibe, is so much darker and gritty and gross, and it is metal as fuck. Like, people are getting ripped in half long ways. It's just guts and death, and it's just heavy metal.
Is there like a game master or dungeon master, or it can just be two? Okay, see,
it's
that's
just like, hey, you wanna play Warhammer, and then we just fight each other with little plastic pieces.
It's like Magic the Gathering, but it's nice because it's not like
I also do that, but not very well.
It's also not pay to win. It feels like either.
Not so much. You do have to pay for the models, so it's pay to play.
Pay to play, which is fine. I mean, I do that with D&D too. But I mean, you could just make little cardboard tokens and probably play with it too.
Yeah.
But just like anybody that gets into their hobbies, they want to, take it to the level that they want to play it at.
Yeah. You don't go to the golf course with just a bag and balls and nothing else.
Don't make fun of me.
You can.
Don't make fun of me. Stop
just
it.
Just walk down the fairway with your thumb up. But yeah, I mean, you don't even have to paint your models. You can just buy the models, put them together, have someone else put them together for you, or buy pre-made ones, because people sell them on Facebook Marketplace and that kind of stuff all the time.
Right.
Or you go to a hobby store and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, and someone will, I don't know, people are pretty antisocial and in their own shell, but you will more than likely find someone to help you. Every person I talk to at a hobby store is usually really nice, or they don't really know how to interact.
They better be.
And both are fine.
They better be nice.
I don't know how to interact with people either.
I'm going to cast a spell on them if they're not nice.
What spell?
Party of 18, 15 minutes before close. It's a classic spell.
It's not really nice of you. It's really not nice of you.
And we don't tip over 5%.
And we're all ordering soup.
Heat it up. Soup and salad, bottomless. Here we go.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
So unlike Warhammer and D&D, it is somewhat pay to play. It's cheap or as expensive with it as you want. But Magic the Gathering, it can't get very expensive.
No, it is.
It is. Dungeons and Dragons is by far the most expensive hobby I have ever had. Next to, I'm a motorcycle rider. I think I've spent almost equal amounts. I know I've spent more time doing D&D than I have motorcycle riding, for sure. At least time-wise.
I mean, you have more dice than most people I know.
I have a problem, and we talked about not saying we weren't going to bring that up, Aidan, okay?
I didn't get the memo and attached to my email, so that's my bad. Also, I don't have an email.
I have a problem. I like dice. I've gone many months now without buying new dice. I'm pretty proud of myself, but man, I'll be doom scrolling on TikTok or something, and it's some person, and they're putting like flowers that float and bounce around on the inside dice, or it'll be a dragon's eye inside it, and I'm like, oh my god, how much? It's $70. I'll be like, but they're cool.
That's how much a kill team is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, men's hobbies, dude.
I just think hobbies in general.
Just hobbies in general. You're right. Name one men's hobby that's like a cheap, normal hobby. I mean, we both golf. We've golfed together too. That's another crazy hobby too. Which, by the way, I will
resisting to say a really bad joke.
It's okay. You don't have to. It's up to you, man.
I think the cheapest hobby is like going to a range and renting a pistol in one round.
Hey, shooting, that's a fun, good hobby, though.
Oh, I love it. It's so much fun.
It is fun. There's nothing wrong with saying that, man. We live in the United States. And we live in the South. I won't get more specific than that. It's a fun hobby to do. I did it with my grandparents. I've bonded over people doing it. And, if it's something that you struggled with trying to aim, and then one day you're just hitting that bullseye over and over again. It's one of the best feelings, and I'll die by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you really struggle with your aim, buy a shotgun.
It is it's almost foolproof. Just point it in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason why there's a trench sweeper for
Trench sweeper.
Yeah.
That sounds like another version of 40K.
There is a game called Trench Crusade.
There we go.
Yeah, it's still in GoFundMe, I believe, but it's a very alternate World War One Christian, or like Jesus came back, and there's like 7 of them. Like all the gates of hell are opening up around you, and that kind
I
of
have
stuff.
seen this.
Yeah.
I saw a brief thing on it, or maybe you sent it to me or something.
I don't know.
But I love the art style
It's
that they have.
very dark.
They have like the pointy hat
like
kind of
pyramid head type
yeah,
situation.
the pyramid head Templar Knight,
Yep.
but in like a World War One setting. Oh,
Yeah.
the art for it was glorious.
That's Trench Crusade.
Yes,
Very cool.
Yeah, I like the theme. They nailed it. It's almost everything's almost out of place in it aesthetically, and they nailed it. Yeah.
Like they have this demon chick that comes out of hell with just a giant cannon.
And I remember them talking about like, yeah, this war's been going on for however many hundreds of years or 100 years, and that's a short time for demons because it's eternity. So a few centuries or millennia is nothing. That's still the early parts of a war.
Yep.
So they're just getting started.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of lore for the game. I haven't heard much about the actual gameplay. I did talk to someone last week that played the like it in the alpha stage. They bought it or got into it early. They said it was but I think it's been out for a little while now. I'm not too sure. Because I've only ever really learned about it through a Warhammer podcast, funny enough. So,
man, you can podcast about anything. I mean, we're broadcasting this. Oh, here's something. I wanted to backtrack. Sorry. Before I forget. We're about to talk about Magic the Gathering. I've asked this question before, and it's why I don't really... When I was young, I was really into trading cards. I got into Pokemon. I got into Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
And then I kind of started to die off because I started to see something because I got into my mid-teens. So this was like early high school. And then I kind of fell off the trading card game.
Sure.
It's pay to win. And I'm not talking about if you're a collector and you want to collect and buy those cards, more power to you, bud, because that's the art, the card, the PSA. It's a rare find, and I get the collecting. I'm not a collector of anything particularly except dice, but it's not for me because I feel like unless it's me and you playing, like if me and you sat down and play a casual game, I know you're not paying to win probably.
Yeah, it's really only if you're going into tournaments all the time you got to worry about that. But like I play. Well, one of my friends, he has a bunch of different decks, and he has one that he just bought a bunch of like second market, third market cards that aren't real but are based off of the real ones just for cheap because like if he bought every single card that's in that deck.
Oh, I've never heard of this. I didn't know people did that.
Yeah, you can I can't there's a term for it. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But he bought them. He has one that he's going to order in a couple weeks where it's all Magic cards, but he switched all the art styles and stuff to based off of the Berserk manga.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
it's all the normal Magic stuff just with Berserk pictures and that kind of stuff. Berserk theme. This one that he got is like alternate version of a deck that exists already. But if he bought all the cards that are in that deck, I think it would cost him over $6,000 to build the deck.
No.
Exactly. So instead, he went to a third-party market and got all the cards he wanted for $50. And you're putting them in a sleeve anyway, so it doesn't matter what the back of the card looks like.
Well, that's a level of pay to play that's really disheartening for people that maybe really love that game.
Sure.
But they've done like, is it the expanded universes?
Yeah, I mean,
I want a Lord of the Rings deck, and I want to play Magic the Gathering with a Lord of the Rings deck. If I started, that's maybe that. I've seen like the Ninja Turtle ones. They're either they just did it or about to. The Marvels.
Marvels is now. Strixhaven was a couple months ago. That's the thing. Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. Love-hate relationship.
Well, it's all because of Hasbro.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, but
man,
they're overinflating and oversaturating the market right now with just pumping out all these decks, because it used to be, because with like how Magic works, at least with what is it called? There's 2 major game modes. Standard is like the main one. That's like a 3-year cycle. Like the decks that came out 3 years ago, they get cycled out with the new ones that they release.
So you can't use those in like tournaments and stuff? Or?
Not in regular standard tournaments and stuff.
Whoa. Yeah. So you've built a deck up over a couple years and you're telling me.
But there's another game mode that allows everything. I can't think of that one off the top of my head.
It's called Absolute. Oh, I don't know what it's called.
Something. It's really basic like that though. But standard, like I think it's 2023 is almost cycled out, because 2026 is over halfway done. But it used to be one every quarter, I believe. I just started learning about Magic in like March, so I'm still very, very, very new.
Right.
But that's just what I gathered. Is standard gets cycled out. So like everything that's coming out now in like 2-3 years time, especially with a lot of stuff getting pumped out, can't use them anymore. Like I bought a deck that was made last year. It was my first deck that I bought. And it will be phased out in a year or two.
How do you feel about that?
I bought it to play Commander, which Commander doesn't care, because they're 100 card decks versus 60. And with Commander, you can't have repeating cards besides lands and stuff. So like every creature, artifact, instant, that kind of thing, they're all one of ones in that deck.
That's fun. I like that. It gives weight to your gameplay.
Right.
If I play, that's probably how I'd want to play.
And that's like the most casual mode is Commander.
But it's 4 people, right?
It can be 2 to 4 or more. Like
really, it could be more.
I've seen, I can't remember the channel. It was similar to the because there's a something community college channel, like the professor of Magic the Gathering. You may have recognized him if you've seen him, but I can't think of the name of the channel off the top of my head. But there's another channel kind of like it where it was literally 8 people playing, and I was like, that's too much for me.
Madness.
That's too much for me.
Absolute madness.
I can hardly handle playing it with like 3 people.
I don't like more than 6 players at D&D. I mean, that's 7
It just
people.
gets so muddy. Like, how am I supposed to remember everything that's going on? And I need to, like, every time I play Magic, I'm like, what do you have over there? What do you have over there? Because what I do can, like, if we made any alliances, could fuck with you, doesn't matter. So you want to, like, look at what everyone's got and play based off of that, and how you want to play. But
well, I've noticed that just like in games in general, as I've gotten older, like for Dungeons and Dragons, like I said, you know, when I was like, okay, 8 is definitely the cutoff. And then I kind of came down to 7 because I was like, all right, you know, that's 3 people on one side table, 3 people on one side table, and then 1 person at each end of the table playing, including, you know, because that's 8 people total if you include the DM. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, 4 people and the DM is it. And
it's
this
a perfect
is
number.
Scheduling is the CR30 monster of D&D. And if you have 5 people and really can't hold it down, man, a rough campaign. But you can go with 3 people. But man, it's so much easier to schedule 4 people than it is 6 people.
Yeah.
And you have your moments more when you're playing. I think with 4 people, when if you only have a few hours to play and the DM's doing, 25% of the talking at the table, you guys are asking so many questions. So they're asking, that cuts down on everybody else playing less and less.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. And it's weird because in video games, it's opposite. All I've seen is just like, we got 100 people starting on this island and we're going to all get down to one winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, that's major streamer shit, though.
I've actually never enjoyed that. It was such a huge, it is still such a huge fad. I don't mind massive multi-online play like EverQuest. I loved EverQuest back in the day, and that was a lot of people. WoW was great, but it's that battle royale.
They've been overdone.
It's not, yeah, it's been overdone, but I didn't even like it from the setup because whenever you're playing an RPG style where there's multiple people in there, you feel like in your tight group you're trying to overcome all the other groups and it's working towards something. Where in a battle royale, which it is that way, but you have to grind the same game over and over and over, and it's the same thing. I know they reskin and reflavor it and add stuff, and the Simpsons are in it, and now Naruto's in it, and I try. Travis Scott did something weird in it too, but
at a concert, I'm pretty sure, in Fortnite.
Can we say Travis Scott now? Is it okay if we talk about Travis Scott now?
I don't think it was ever not okay.
He had that whole concert, remember?
Yeah, a bunch of people died.
Yeah, awful.
It wasn't, planned out properly.
Yeah, event planning, man. Gotta do it right. But yeah, the battle royale thing, I never got into it. I was never a fan of it. I see the excitement in it, but you know what it is? I'll just lay it out flat. Online gaming has not really done it for me in quite a long time because I'm being an adult and I want to focus on other things outside of my life than playing video games. So the casual play is so not fun anymore because if I jump on a game and let's say I start doing well and maybe I drop off for a day or two and then I come on for another few hours and I've hit some other tier or server where it's just dudes, they do it 10 to 16 hours a day. This is all they do. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm not. And it's because I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm not saying you're not supposed to lose when you play games. I'm not saying you can't even lose most of the time. But there's no gradient or spectrum when you get put into those servers and those rooms as soon as you start doing kind of good. It's like, okay, I'm starting to do good. Oh my God, I'm losing nonstop. You're just seeing some dude build an entire motel in front of you in 10 seconds, and you're just...
That's when Fortnite stopped being fun for me, was when people started going crazy with building, and they were remapping their buttons to build faster and then changing how they held a controller to build faster. I'm like, I'm out. And then Apex Legends came out and I started playing that, and then streamers got a hold of that one, and then it was all about how fast can you move, and it's just like, I don't want to sound like a curmudgeon, but the streamers kind of have a tendency of ruining games.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, because
MLG players, like, well, now everyone wants to play like that so they can possibly get famous for playing like that. It's like, it's not the main reason why they're famous. It's because have a good personality and they can play like that. It's a combination of stuff.
Yeah.
But they influence the market because kids watch streamers, and what's the main market of games and stuff? Or everything. Everything's marketed towards children. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's main problem, is like, games are not getting worse and whatnot to the standards that we think it is, because everyone younger than us loves them. I'm just aging out of certain types of games, whereas now I just want to chill and level up my anime guy.
Yeah, I love games that have great stories.
Yeah.
Man, now it's a hot take. Well, here, I'm going to say this first. So Like I liked when games were definitively different in the first person shooting.
Sure.
I'll give you an example because I loved both Halo
Yep.
1 through 3
Classic.
and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
I liked those. They were different. And then somewhere along the line, Call of Duty started to being able to leap through the air with jetpacks and all this other crazy shit. And I'm like, well, if I want to do that, I like Halo because it makes sense. And maybe it's just because I'm story driven.
Yeah.
And I like being immersed in a world that has these things, not thrown into it because it's the popular hype thing to do.
Well, back in the day, the Call of Duty actually had good campaigns too.
Yeah, they have campaigns. Well, I think right now they pre-release the campaign and then you
Not
get the rest
so much
of the game
anymore. They did that for a couple games.
Oh, okay.
I also I
I've
haven't
been
bought
out of the loop, man.
I haven't bought a Call of Duty in almost 5 years.
Yeah, my last one was Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2. I forget which one came out before the other.
It would have been Modern Warfare 3 came out before Black Ops 2. Because
Okay.
Modern Warfare 3 was 2011, Black Ops 2 was 2012.
Then it was Black Ops 2 as my last one.
Yeah.
And then I saw, and that even that one, they were doing some stuff in it, but the ones that followed after that, I remember watching previews and trailers for it. I'm like, that's not what I want to do.
I believe Ghosts was 2013, 2014 was Advanced Warfare. 2015 was Black Ops 3. 2016 was Infinite Warfare.
So you were deep in that game.
Dude, I did a lot of Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare 2, I was masterful at. And I'll just go.
Dude, that was very fun.
I knew the maps. I knew my setup. Me and my boys would get on, and it didn't matter at the time what server we were on. We knew we were probably going to win 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
It felt great.
Back when the lobbies stayed the same too, and you voted on maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever you were in a lobby with, you would hope that you're on the good team that time.
Yeah. I loved fucking up people with sticky bombs, sticky grenades. Oh,
the Semtex.
When you stick them, no, remember the grenades you would throw?
Semtex.
Okay, and you would hear the sound of when they get stuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
your screen would flash red a little bit, and then it'd just be stuck. I'm like, well, or when you would direct impact someone with a grenade launcher.
Oh,
it's a good time.
Those were the days, man.
Commando Pro, where you could hit someone with your knife from 40 feet away by going like that.
Yeah. But story-based games. I remember PlayStation 2, I got the first God of War game, and that's been like one of my favorite all-time video games. Kratos is the baddest motherfucker in video games.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
Well, when you wear your family as ash on your skin.
Yeah, it's Ash Wednesday somewhere.
It's pretty hardcore.
Oh, he's just a bad motherfucker. I loved it. I didn't play there's a PSP game. I never played that one.
I had that one.
Was it good? Was it Ascension?
No, Ascension came out for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I played that
where
one.
You could, that was the only one with multiplayer, I'm pretty sure.
No, wait, I didn't play that. I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure you could play as Hercules on online against other people. I think that was Ascension. I could be wrong. The one on PSP was Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah. But I loved them. I loved every single one. I just didn't play the PSP one. Now we have, and this is the hot take. You ready for this? We got the new God of War coming out.
The show?
No, the new game coming out.
Oh, yeah.
With his wife. So, I don't care that it's a lady playing.
If you watch that trailer and all you could take away with it is, I had to play as a girl, something wrong with you.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you.
Trailer was sick.
The trailer was great. Here's what I don't like. I want to play as Kratos because that's the dude. And what I found, what we were heading to was, if anything, I was going to be Atreus. That's because he's great. I loved his story. I love playing as him. I don't know who asked to play as her. What's her name? LaFay or I can't. I really kind of brain dumped it. But Maybe I shouldn't be talking about because I don't know enough about it, but I say it looks glorious. It looks like you're going to have a lot of great action scenes. It's just not what I wanted as a fan.
Sure.
And I think the cube is goofy. Those are the big things. It's not what I asked because I wanted to go through it either with Kratos and son or his son. And I didn't. His wife passed away, and I get that they're finding where they're kind of meeting in the realms along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's great. You're tying it in great. But fan wise, I don't know if that's what people asked for, right? Would you agree with that, or am I overstepping?
I would absolutely agree with that's not what people asked for. My only rebuttal is we don't know enough.
Right.
And you don't know if she's the only one you're going to be playing as.
Mm-hmm.
Did we know that you were going to play as Atreus? That's how you say his name? Atreus.
Mm-hmm.
You play as him for a while in the first two, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you know that was coming?
No, but
so yeah, that's like people didn't really have a problem playing as him in the other two games. So I don't see why they have a problem playing as anyone but Kratos. Right. They've already done it. And also, you might not play as her the whole time. You might play as any of them thrown in there. Because, like, I can tell you right now, people were not prepared to play as Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2.
No.
Or, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I don't know why.
You know,
Abby. Weren't expecting you to play as her.
But you know, it's one of my favorite games?
Sorry.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I played that through 3 different times, and I did one of the hardest levels you could play it. I played like normal hard and then like master level. I played it all the way through. Amazing.
Never played them.
Oh my god, dude.
Alloy, right?
Yeah, I think it's by Guerrilla Studios, which made one of my other favorite games back in the day. One of my favorite first-person shooters was Killzone, and I
love Killzone.
I loved it. You had the Hell Gas Nation versus the humans.
It was the Halo killer.
It's still my avatar is a Hell Gas mask on my PlayStation account.
Sick.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
No, Haze was also the
and Haze was Haze, yeah.
Yeah, the Halo killer. That game sucked.
That game was awful.
It was so bad.
My friend invited me over. We opened it up, played it for the first time. We played maybe a couple hours, and we were like, let's just play. I think it was Forza or something. We ended up playing instead.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't the female lead roles. Love Tomb Raiders. I love the new Tomb Raider games too.
Dude, they're great.
They're so gritty, and Lara Croft is such a fucking badass.
Dude, the first time I was like in the first remaster, remake or whatever, in what was it, 2012? I think. When that one came out and I was playing that the first time, you go down like that waterfall and you fuck up and you get impaled by a tree.
My hands are sweating when I'm playing.
Yeah, I'm like, what did I just do?
Loved it. So it's not, and I get it. It is gross to think guys aren't going to buy that just because it's a lady.
They'll still buy it because it's God of War.
And maybe I'm just beating a dead horse deader at this point, but I'm not probably going to like it because it's not where I wanted the story to go. It's like if you were reading a book series and someone died in one of them, then they wrote the next book, had nothing to do with that person dying, they've moved on, and then the next book, now we're going to go back to the person that died, when it looked like we were going to start going into other pantheons. Yeah, that's it. And I just don't like the cube. I think it looks goofy. I think it's weird humor in it, and I think it looks goofy. I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah.
That is a weird one for me. It's a cube that fights. I get it. It's in the lore. They did it to make it look really nice, and it looks good, but it fits in aesthetically. It looks goofy as shit to me.
Sure.
It's a cube.
The Allspark.
The Allspark. What's that cube in Marvel? The blue one that Loki tries to get? Whatever it's called. But yeah, that's a really hot take right now, is that game. And all I can say is I'm gonna play it.
gamers are annoying as hell
Yes.
because it's just a sexist market for whatever fucking reason.
It is sexist, but who's the main demographic too? I'm just throwing that out there as a
Not
devil's advocate.
Not so much anymore.
Not so much as anymore, but I think the biggest majority of gamers,
Sure.
by how much? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any data to back that up.
It's not 50-50.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know.
it's still 80% dudes are playing video games, right?
I'd say it's probably closer to equal than that nowadays. But I just think we are more vocal about it for sure. You never know what people are doing. But
well, here's a question: How many ladies do you think are actually going to buy and play that game and support it? That's a good question. Do you think that's going to happen? Because people don't buy games to support the games usually. They buy games because it's in that continuum,
right?
Or it's something that a studio has made that they've liked playing from that studio.
So I think there will be some that are gamers that aren't aware of God of War, but see that there's a female protagonist and will play it. I know if my wife had access to playing that game, she would absolutely play it mainly for that and because they're cool. But I think it would draw in some more people than you think it would. I think it would have that effect. Just because we've had games that's been the case before.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't. I hope it does well enough so the studio doesn't shut down for it, because I need
the studio would.
Because I really like the other side of that story. That's just me being a fan since
I think
2001, 2002, whenever it came out.
I think it's like saying or having speculation that GTA 6 is going to do well because you play as a chick.
I think that's fine though. I have no hate for that. Though.
Right.
But
because it's still GTA.
Yeah, but you're not only a girl though.
No, I know, but you still play as one, and guys have problems with that for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's very small brain activity.
I think it's gonna be so much fun to be a girl that just like commits crimes, violence, crimes, stealing, doing heinous shit,
hiring a prostitute.
I'm like, finally, equality.
Yeah, exactly. This is the life I want to live. But
my dream's coming true.
But like, I think people are going to play it because it's still God of War. It still has that name on it. People still played The Last of Us Part 2. They bitched about it the whole time, but they still completed it because they're suckers for that game.
The first one.
That's why they're releasing it like for the 15th time.
The first one's good though. It's so good.
Dude, it's fantastic. Perfect. Why do you think so many people wanted to play the second one?
The show was good too.
I haven't watched it. Mainly because I don't have HBO.
Oh, okay.
I think I do now, but when it was
I like the show that came out. I thought
airing and stuff. Yeah, I just didn't watch it. I need to watch Fallout. I haven't watched that yet. I've heard good things.
I have not watched that either. And I never got into Fallout. I played what's the Vegas one?
New Vegas.
Thank you. Well, time to go. No,
I mean, I'll watch anything that has Walton Goggins in it. So,
dude, he is murdering right now. Dude. He's just in everything.
Yeah,
it's him and Pedro Pascal. Try to find a movie without one of those two in it, right?
You can't.
Yeah, it's impossible. But that, and then I played Fallout 4, and then I tested 76 out, and it was early game, and it was getting shit on hard.
Well, rightfully so. It's in a good spot now.
So I've heard.
My first Fallout experience was Fallout 4, and it wasn't that great of an experience.
Yeah, I like Fallout. I liked it.
I need to replay it again. My problem is I start those types of games not really understanding what they're about. Like, one of the most popular games and beloved games of all time, The Witcher 3.
Okay.
Couldn't get into it.
Oh.
I could not get into it. I know. And
I don't know if we can keep going.
Then the show came out.
I think we're done.
No, hold on. Hear me out.
I don't know if I want to do this
Hear
podcast
me
anymore.
out.
I don't know.
I had no idea what Geralt was or is. I didn't know anything about The Witcher. Nothing. I tried because it was on sale on PlayStation. I got it, tried it. I'm like, this is so dry. It's driving me crazy.
Oh.
And then I watched the show, understood why Geralt's the way he is. I'm like, oh, I need to retry The Witcher now because now I have an understanding of why he's like that, what it's supposed to be. I had no frame of reference before that.
I have the full definitive edition on my PlayStation. I'm gonna just bring in my PlayStation here, and you'll just tick away at it whenever you can, man. Like
I bought it again on my PC. I just haven't started it.
it's such a great game. The world, the story, the decisions you make. It's not as good as what other games can be now. If you compare it to like Baldur's Gate 3,
Sure.
which I haven't even played, but I can basically say, it probably won't hold up as well to that game, just based on what I've heard. But think of it as a timepiece when that game came out. Amazing.
I'm pretty sure it won Game of the Year.
Yeah. I don't know if it won Game of the Year. I have no idea, but it whoever it lost to, my God, whatever game that was, incredible.
What year did that game? 2012, 2013.
Hey, you want to pull up when Witcher 3 came out? We're gonna start doing this. We're not gonna guesswork in this podcast. We're gonna learn. And we're gonna get our dates right, and I want to know same year, who won Game of the Year that year.
2015.
2015. So, oh man, it's over 10 years old, and I think it still holds up as a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it did win Game of the Year because it came out early in that year. I'm pretty sure it came out that year.
Man, it's the system that you use to kind of define how you want to fight and go about stuff in that game. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game of the Year. Yeah. No shit. Best role-playing game. CD Projekt Red. Of course, it was CD Projekt Red. Yeah. Yeah. Great studio.
Yeah. Had one of the worst modern releases of the game. They did turn it around, but it was
What?
Cyberpunk 2077.
That
release was awful.
I just talked about this, and I didn't buy it. I was really looking forward to it. They should have did what they did. I get it. It's money. I get it. It comes down to money. But if you do it right when it comes out from the beginning, you will make that money back tenfold. It happens every time. When you release a great game from start.
Well, it took so long for them to develop it, and they also postponed it, I think, once or twice already.
Mm-hmm.
So they came down to the wire again, and it wasn't finished. The funniest thing about that, though, is I pre-ordered it on my PlayStation 4. I played it on my PlayStation 4. Worked flawlessly. Didn't have a single problem. Mm-hmm. But it was having issues, so it was one of the few times Sony themselves were like, yeah, we're going to give out refunds for this game.
Yeah.
So I knew that year for like Christmas, I was building a PC. So I refunded it because I was like, it's great on my PlayStation. I'm going to refund it, play it on my freshly built PC. Build my PC. Every time I created a character, it would freeze and crash.
Fuck, dude.
I never got to start the game. I had over 4 hours on the game, so I couldn't refund it on Steam either.
Yep.
And then I waited for like a year.
Can you turn off the white screen for me, buddy? Thank you. The same thing happened to me with Minecraft. Wow. With No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that game didn't do well.
But then I started playing it a year later. And I played it hard, and it just won an award within the last like year or two for like one of the most played games that's like kept player retention the longest. It's good.
Yeah, couldn't.
Good. It's Minecraft on steroids. Yeah. It's good. It's huge and vast because the trailer lied.
Yeah,
they lied on the trailer. It never looked like that. It never played like that. in no testing, they created a false narrative of the trailer, and then they sent out, I forget what his name was, Tim Hobish or something like that. I forget the dude's name. I think Rocket League. They also made Rocket League. I think maybe it's the same studio.
Maybe.
I don't know.
think that's
I
like
don't know.
Psionics or something like that.
Yeah, or one of the developers from it. I don't know. I don't follow that as well as I should. But he, after day one release or week one release, he had like a bunch of money in his hand that he posted on Twitter of him making so much money from this game. And it just, I mean, it made me so mad because I was like, this isn't right. But in the coming months, it started to improve and I'd hop back on. Cool, they added that. It's still kind of plain. But then after like a year, I was just like, yo, this game is slick. The customization with the ships, each world, base building, it grew. But I still wanted that to happen at launch. For all the time that they took to make that happen, I know I can't even imagine trying to create something that has that level of rendering to create quintillions of worlds and multiple universes and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's
yeah, a game that blew up immediately. Like it actually came out and people didn't really seem to have a problem with it and adored it. Was StarCraft.
StarCraft
Or
dude.
Starfield. Starfield. That was the newer one.
Okay, I was just like, oh, we can talk StarCraft.
I never played StarCraft. That's the old.
Yeah, it's kind of old now.
No, Starfield.
Starfield, yeah.
Is this getting picked up?
Starfield.
Is this okay? It was Bethesda's version of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I think I just struggled with Bethesda games because I couldn't get into it. I was having serious performance issues. I'm like, I don't want to play this.
They nailed Doom though.
Yeah.
Bethesda nailed Doom. It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I really like that. I like the arcade system in the newer Doom games too, because the more you kill faster these demons, like the points really start adding up, and then you're playing against other people. I didn't like the multiplayer in the first one. Did not like the multiplayer at all. I thought it would be really fun because you get to be one of the monsters and fight her. It got really wonky. They tried to do Quake basically.
Yeah.
But
what was that game that did not? It had such a cool premise, and it should have done so much better. Evolve, where it's 4v1. You play as a monster. That game should have done way better than it did.
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2 had a fantastic campaign. It came out in a bad time.
I didn't like it as much as the first one.
Well, the first one had so much magic, and funny enough, another little fun fact for you if you didn't know this already. You remember how we were talking about Call of Duty randomly started jumpy, floating around? So the team that created Respawn, who gave us Titanfall, used to work for Activision and worked on Call of Duty games. And they wanted to start a futuristic jump pack Call of Duty. And COD was like, no, we're staying boots on the ground. We're doing this. So they broke off and made Respawn and created Titanfall. Literally a year or two later, Advanced Warfare comes out.
Yeah.
Crazy. So thanks to Call of Duty saying no, we got Titanfall.
Here's one game that's kind of it's Battlefield. I'll just go ahead and say it. I won't try to frame it anyway. Battlefield has done pretty good. I've really liked Battlefield.
Yeah.
If there was one more Battle Royale game that I would like, that's probably the only one.
They tried it.
Was that?
They tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tried it in Battlefield 5. It was called Firestorm or something like that.
Well, no, even just like the amount of people that could play on these big battle maps.
Sure.
You know? I thought that they nailed it.
The size-wise and stuff.
It's when you do things where the microtransactions go to like skinning. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any game that does that, there's always something weird where it's just not as pleasurable because there's either cheating or just these high level players. It's not going to be as much fun. I feel like Battlefield was a lot better with that.
Unfortunately now Battlefield 6 is just riddled with cheaters. I also
I haven't played since what was
Don't.
it? One? Where's the World War one?
Yeah, that's Battlefield 1. And
Yeah.
then Battlefield 5, 2042, now 6.
Mm.
But Battlefield 6 is beta. First weekend for the beta. Some of the most fun FPS experience I've had in quite some time. Second weekend of the open beta, a lot of the Call of Duty players caught wind, came over, made it not as much fun. Then the game came out, and it was nothing but sweaty Call of Duty players doing like the stupid Call of Duty movements now where you're running around, sliding, jumping, that kind of shit. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do the Call of Duty movement with tanks shooting me. I can't do it. And I stopped playing it and I uninstalled it within like a month.
Let me ask you these. I'm going to ask you, do you care if I ask you some rapid fire questions?
Go for
Let's
it.
Just do something fun. I'm going to ask you your favorite video games in these genres. This is off the top of my head.
Okay.
And maybe you never played these genres. You can just tell me. How about favorite racing game?
Need for Speed Heat.
Need for Speed Heat. Mine was Underground, the first one.
Or Hot Pursuit 2.
Got you.
Or Gran Turismo 5.
Okay, so you got a lot of them.
Yeah, but my most recent, the game that got me through the pandemic was Need for Speed Heat.
Favorite RPG, junior RPG, JRPG?
Never played one unless you count Pokemon.
Pokemon? That's a good one though. It defined an era.
I also played Advanced Wars.
Yeah. Which I was more into Pokemon games than trading card Pokemon. I still had it, but the video games, I remember being the only kid that had Leaf Green and it was in Japanese. I had no idea what it said. I was just going through it trying to play. And finally I got onto some website that could like translate the different parts. So I was literally playing in front of my computer with old dial-up internet trying to play Leaf Green. Dude, takes me back.
Yeah, dude. Just that sound alone.
Right. First person shooter.
Oof. That's really, really difficult.
That's a hard one.
And it's not going to be a Call of Duty or anything like that.
Oh, okay. And first person, let's be really
first person shooter specifically.
FPS, first person, not a top down. You got Halos. Halo 3 might be it for me. Halo 3 or Modern Warfare 2. That's a really tough tie. Dude, I would look at Modern Warfare 2 and then I look over at my Xbox and have Halo 3 and I'd be like, I got the afternoon off. Which one do I want to speed run through real quick? You know?
I'm going to give you 3.
Okay. Let's hear it.
4 if you count the last one. Far Cry 3, Far Cry 5, and BioShock Infinite.
Dude, BioShock Infinite, hit me up, bro.
And then
the story with that. If there might be one game I could play over first time with no memory, it might be BioShock Infinite.
It's a good one.
Name one game you would actually play over again, not knowing how the ending is or the rest of the story or the world, because it's so... The way they pulled that story out, and it was so different, completely different and unexpected from the other BioShocks. I'm getting really excited because I don't get to talk to many people that love that game.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, brother. We're brothers now.
Dishonored. Do you count that as an FPS?
Yes, I will count that. That might be more of like an honorable mention for me. And
that's why I said 4th if you count it.
Dishonored is one of those ones where I don't know how they did the movement system in that, but being able to shift through the shadows like that and like teleport and warp.
The art style is awesome. I love the art style. It's so gritty,
dark.
It's so good.
It's like a modern dark fantasy post-apocalyptic. Yeah. And just what you can do, the options it doesn't look like a lot.
I can summon rats and make them eat people.
Yeah. Or I can just spawn above you and just stab you through the head or slice your neck open.
I'm going to land on you now.
Dude, great. But no, BioShock Infinite.
It's one of my favorite games of all time.
If I can make one thing, because it's a 9.5 out of 10, if I was one thing I could complain about, I'm going to say it. It needed to be longer.
Yeah.
It was too short.
Yeah.
It needed a good 10 more hours of play. But it's a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Booker DeWitt is such a great name for a protagonist, too. So good.
How about like a storyline based game where you're playing through like a story of some type? And I know that can be in multiple genres, but is there one that like sticks out where it's like this game by far, that story touched me in some way where maybe you felt more emotional to, or maybe it you even though you know the ending of the story, maybe it has multiple endings, you still love to play that over and over again.
Playing over and over again is kind of tricky because I don't really do that very often with story-driven games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um,
Can I tell you mine while you think about
absolutely.
it? Okami.
Okay, I've never played it.
And aesthetically speaking, I
It
think
looks gorgeous. It's such a pretty game.
Name one other game that has that kind of unique art style. I think Borderlands has a very unique art style, especially the second one. Borderlands 2, I love it. I love something where it doesn't feel like they're just trying to use the highest level engine to make the most realistic game. Like there's an aesthetic and an art to it, and I really enjoy that. Borderlands has a funny, silly storyline.
Yeah.
It's good, but I do want to say Okami, which I think IGN, it was voted a perfect 10 out of 10 game, even by their standards. I think I might be thinking about that right. It's a great game. The story is great. There are definitely some slowdown moments, but it's for you to kind of sit there and chill. It's not like a really fast twitch game. There's some of it, but it's a beautiful game. Anyways, do you have one?
I have a couple.
Okay.
Just because they're so hard to choose. The Red Dead series, so 1 and 2, because they're combined, just one's a prequel, technically. Baldur's Gate 3, easily.
Ooh, okay, good choice.
And the Last of Us games.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not mad at those.
The first one, that's like that story. I literally sat there and just like thought about it. Same with BioShock. Like all of them. There are 2 not so much, but like the first one and Infinite. And then also all of the Uncharted games.
Uncharted.
Yeah. With Nathan Drake.
I feel like we're going to go off on a tangent before I finish this. We'll get back. Do you feel like Uncharted just kind of stole from the Tomb Raider games, though? We kind of talked about
yes and no.
How God of War is now doing a female lead.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Nathan Drake Uncharted series stuff.
Sure.
I feel like they definitely stole that male character from Lara Croft. I don't see... Which maybe you could even take it back to they stole Lara Croft from Indiana Jones. Yeah. You know, I mean, you could take it. I mean, you could get inspiration from anywhere, right?
Sure.
But I thought the Uncharted games were good. I think I played the first one. I didn't play the second one. I played the third one.
That's arguably the best one.
I only played them because they came out for free on PlayStation. It was just a PlayStation Plus free thing. And I played through them on... I do this. Here, I'm going to admit right to the camera. I play games on easy mode sometime just to play through because I just want to have an easy, fun time playing through stuff. Hate me if you want. But other games, I'll turn up to master, like Horizon Zero Dawn. Good luck in survival or master mode with that, man. Good luck. Or even Skyrim. Good luck.
That's why like I enjoy them, but they're not really my cup of tea. Is like From Software games, just because like you have to search for the story, and this game's hard as shit. Good luck. Like the story's not just told to you; you have to find random items like this piece of rolled up tissue in this bucket in the bottom of the castle to get a deep lore on like the maiden of the land. Is like, all right,
chapter 71 of the Wolf Queen in Skyrim or whatever it was. Remember that? And there was just I remember there were people that would post online. That was the only, but that's what made the game so good. Is sometimes that's what you wanted to do.
So in depth.
That's what makes a good game. Sometimes is maybe your focus isn't doing one thing or the other, but I want to blacksmith, or I want to find out this lore, blah blah blah, or I just want to find every marker in the map.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Skyrim.
I think a lot of people do. It's mostly love, though.
I wish I could say the same.
They just milked it. I think they over milked it a little bit.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. Not for the main reasons that everyone does, because it's obviously being milked. it's a sore spot for me because I had to restart Skyrim before they had any other release, just the original one. I had to restart it 4 times.
Oof.
You remember how I said I went through a couple PlayStations? Yeah.
My band.
So my first
Sorry.
PS3, I had Skyrim on. I had probably 40, 50 hours into it.
Mm-hmm.
Hard drive fried. Lost
Really?
everything. Yeah, my original PlayStation
Whoa.
3. Got another PlayStation 3. My parents, I was the only boy, middle child. I got in trouble for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And my way of getting punished was my system was taken away.
Mm-hmm.
So my second PlayStation 3, my dad would unplug everything and just take it and lock it in his safe. He ripped the HDMI port out of it one day by yanking the cords out.
Damn.
Had to get me another one.
I'm sorry.
So my third PlayStation 3.
Okay.
So
So
Skyrim is a bit of a sore spot for me because I love the game, but I never really got to beat it because I had to restart it so many times.
Right.
And then they're just re-releasing it. I'm like, you're just rubbing it in. I'm not going to start now.
Right. Well, okay. Well, let's get back. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
It's fine. It's funny.
Let me ask you this: favorite beat 'em up or hack and slash or beat 'em up? Where it's just you as some brute or whoever you pick going through, and you're just a good example. Good hack and slash, God of War, especially the early ones. Devil May Cry. Do you play those, or is that not really the ones that you get into? So
I
much?
mean, biased opinion because it's recency biased is solo leveling because that's a slashing game.
You know what? Fair enough. It can be a new game.
Yeah, but favorite of all time is my parents didn't really let me have M-rated games until I was like 14, so I didn't know what God of War was or anything like that. This counts. Sly Cooper 2.
Okay.
Yeah, the Sly Cooper games.
You know, Ratchet and Clank, I really love.
Those are also fantastic.
I really enjoyed those games. They're just fun.
Yeah, they're brainless. They are very toilet humor. Yeah. They're great. Same with...
I want to play it with my kids.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for my son to get there.
Jack and Daxter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Spyro.
God,
we're just talking PlayStation 2 games at this point, guys.
Yeah. PlayStation 2 is probably the greatest console of all time, in my opinion.
If you didn't grow up with it, you just didn't know. It's like the people that grew up going to arcades and we not understanding what like the late 70s to like late 80s arcades were about. That's like if you're a kid and you didn't have PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Because $20 video games, the system was cheap. One of the first video game systems, I think Dreamcast was the only other one that came out before it that had it. But you had internet on it. So we had online playing with a console. SOCOM 2, I played online. That was like one of my first online games. My goodness, sir. And I learned so much about the world.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the PlayStation 2 is what brought the PlayStation controllers analog sticks because they weren't on the original PlayStation.
I think some of them had it and some of them didn't.
Okay.
But I do remember, and it has become a meme, I do remember playing, or it was some game, it might have been a Crash Bandicoot game, where you had to press L3 or R3 at some point.
And there was no stick.
And I had no idea what I was doing.
Yep.
You know, it might have been Crash Team Racing, which is one of the most underrated kart games.
So good.
It was perfect.
It's probably my favorite kart game.
Yeah. As far as the racing went, I don't know if they had a battle mode. I never played it.
They did.
They did? I don't think that was any good. Because I loved Mario Battle.
Yeah.
For that, Mario Kart 64 Battle was amazing. But Crash Team Racing was... I want to throw my controller at you, bro. If you hit me
with a Nova bomb one more time, yeah, you're gonna shoot that. You're gonna shoot me with that fucking green missile again.
Oh my god, dude! It was such a good game. I think they tried to bring it back with PS4.
They did. PS3 as well. They had one. It was fine.
Yeah. Okay.
It was fine.
I just think, man, sometimes they try to bring back stuff and it's like, no, it's just for that time it came out in.
Yeah.
But something about cheap video games and PlayStation 2, because I mean, back in the early 2000s, I mean, any kids could scrape together $20
Yeah,
and go buy a
my
video game at that
very
point. Man.
first PlayStation 2 game.
GameStop was
was-
available, and the hype, you'd be waiting outside for that new game midnight release. Oh,
Have you ever heard of Hurdy-Gurdy?
hurdy-gurdy. That's been so long.
That was the very first PS2 game I ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it came with my PlayStation or something like that.
Mine was Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah.
And Dragon Ball. I don't know if it was Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. I think it was Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Okay.
And those are my first two games. So I had a fighting game and I had that. And then it was off to the races. I mean, I had PlayStation before that. But man, as soon as PlayStation 2 came out, I never got anything else. I was a PlayStation fan.
Yeah.
And now it's okay. I think it's really hard to discern them all now because they're all using the same kind of.
Yeah.
They're all on Unreal 5
Sony is
or
on the
whatever.
shit list right now.
Go ahead, tell them.
But Ty the Tasmanian Tiger
Okay.
recently got a re-release in HD. You can get it on the Switch now. It's a good game. I think your son would like it if you ever picked it up.
My son, it can play Minecraft. And you know how young he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fully play Minecraft on my PlayStation now.
It's awesome.
I mean, it's creative mode, but it's great starting. He can use dual joysticks perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so weird. That was such a hurdle for me to get over when I started playing PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
Such a weird thing. Who would have thought that was... I remember when I first did that, I was like, okay, this is weird. It's not going to work. And then about an hour later, you're like, oh, this is great. It's so natural.
Next thing you know, you're playing SSX Tricky and just going nuts. But no, Sony's on the shit list right now because they announced that they are no longer releasing physical media anymore.
Yes. Yep.
And also, they just lost a bunch of licenses or something like that. So pretty much every movie, if you bought a movie on PlayStation in September, you will no longer have access to it.
Yeah. Can you see if the only good thing that's coming out from Sony, can you look up and see if they have a new flying car? I think I saw Sony is coming out with a flying car, and watch this be just some bullshit meme or just some AI slop that I was flipping through and I found. But I want to say Sony is coming out with a flying car or a car of some type. And I bet it's just horse shit.
I think it might be horse shit.
The viral YouTube Facebook post calling a Sony flying car, but better sources, unofficial concept, social media, not a real Sony release. Okay, well, it's an unofficial concept. What does that mean? Unofficial concept. So it's a concept, but it's not official. Okay, well, I don't know. But yeah, the downfall of Sony, man. But shit, dude. Japan has given me so much. If I wasn't Japanese in my previous life, because I love Nintendo, I love Sony, I love sushi, I love anime, I love Studio Ghibli. I might have been Japanese in my previous life. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's some jokes, and I'm not gonna go there. Look at me.
I've been looking at you.
Okay.
Any other game genres you want to ask me about?
No, I do want to ask this one. When I was playing games, do you remember how important, and I just don't think it's a thing anymore, but do you remember how important your snack game was when you were gaming? So I'm going to lay it out. If a new game dropped, like a midnight release, and you went back home to play it with your boys online, and this was like mid 2000s, late 2000s, right? Somewhere around there. It was Code Red Mountain Dew and Flaming Hot Cheetos. That was my snack combo.
That's like the quintessential.
Is it not? It was Team Red, bro.
It was Code Red, and I feel like Doritos would be more stereotypical.
I would allow Doritos. But it was Code Red Mountain Dew, which I think my kidneys are suffering today from that. I'm pretty sure I have red kidney stones.
It's probably your ankle.
That's probably my ankle.
Yeah.
Okay, I have gout, all right? And the fact that he brought that up just goes to show you how awful of a friend you really are.
It's
No,
the king's disease.
No, what's your snack game like? Or even back in the day when you were were you a hardcore video gamer at some point? Like,
In college, I was because like I said, my parents would take my shit away, and also when I was in high school until we moved.
8 to 16 hours, right? Of playtime a day?
That's
Hardcore?
it.
A day? Yeah. I mean,
Dude, there was times where I had played games for like 20 hours straight.
oh yeah, there are a few times for
But,
sure
like,
with me.
growing up, I didn't really get one. I didn't have a TV in my bedroom or anything like that until I was 16 after we moved. And my parents would also just take my console during the week, and I would only have it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And then we also were busy on the weekend, so like that's probably why I have a problem with games now, because like that's all I ever want to do when I'm not busy is like I just want to go play games or something, because I never really got the opportunity to just do it. It was probably rightfully deserved, but I also don't think I ever did anything bad. But I was just a bad student, so like you need to focus on school, no video games during the week. That was the main problem. So I didn't have snacks like that, and also mid 2000s, I was 10, so didn't get to do those released. But game snack in college would probably be like, if I had them, pizza rolls are like my go-to.
Ooh, you want hot snacks? Okay,
Yeah.
I see how it is.
I was never really a big chip guy. Unless it was just like chips and salsa, which is not great.
It's not good for video games.
Yeah.
Like it's messy. Like you have to look away to get the salsa.
Right.
But I was definitely like the flaming hot Cheetos. I really thought there was something to that. Like they would keep me awake. I was bad, and I had a horrible diet growing up. I would get a serious 12-pack of Mountain Dew Code Reds, and
so much caffeine.
1 an hour. I'm not joking. Now I'm eating clean. I've lost a bunch of weight. I don't drink anymore. I'm a pretty sober guy.
Boring.
I know, man. It catches up. I'm almost 40 now. Meh. But it's weird. I still like metal and video games and playing Dungeons and Dragons. I like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. What were my? You think I'd have better answers considering I'm fat?
You're not fat. You're thick. There's a difference.
Lately, it's been like I'll always fuck up Dots pretzels.
Dots pretzels.
Yeah, dude. Dots' honey mustard pretzels.
Yeah.
They slap.
That's a pull.
They didn't exist up north for a while. Till recently.
Do you remember when Star Wars Episode 1 came out?
And they had the Jar Jar Binks sucker where you licked his tongue?
No, but that's fucking weird. I want you to pull that up because I want to see that.
Have you never seen this?
No,
the Jar Jar. So it was. It was a push-up pop, but his mouth was around it, and it would literally just open. He just like on his tongue.
My god! So you would
tongue fuck Jar Jar Binks. Look at that shit.
Oh my god! That's a real thing.
Yeah, man.
No, I never saw that.
I thought that's where you were going.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
No, I was going to do Pepsi came out with a line of Phantom Menace cans that had like Yoda and Darth Vader on them, and I collected them all. You're like, no, we're tongue fucking Jar Jar Binks.
Or I guess you should say Jar Jar Binks.
Wait, you're from up north, right? That's probably why. They didn't allow that shit back down.
How do you think we stayed warm?
That's the most unhinged candy I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad, man.
Oh my god. I'm looking at it.
Like your face first, looking at Jar Jar like that.
Well, why the fuck is his tongue textured? Like you want to feel the bumps and ridges? I like eating a Snickers upside down too, man.
Some need something sour. That taste bud's a little swollen.
Oh my god. Oh, that's awful.
But like this?
Yeah, you're literally.
Turn it.
I want nose on nose.
I like that you don't hold it upright like this. You're holding it like
between
this.
your legs. Yeah.
And you're just right into the mouth. That's weird. Why would they do that? Oh my god.
Hindsight, I guess. That's what I'm saying. That's horrifying.
That's the weirdest toy. Oh my god.
And look
They're
at it when you're
candy.
done with it. It's just an empty mouth.
Oh.
Like Jar Jar's about to eat your leg.
Not cool, man.
It's pretty awesome.
I was just going to talk about collectible Pepsi cans, but holy shit.
Well,
Well, buddy, we've been talking for a while. This has been an amazing discussion.
I'm glad we can end it on a Jar Jar tongue.
I want to end it on the fact that I'm looking very forward to playing Dungeons and Dragons with you in this next campaign that's going to be on this channel. And with your help, I want to say I have broken through creative boundaries getting into this, and I just want to say thank you.
Of course.
Man, it's so nice to like bounce ideas off of you just like this. Your humor and your timing with things, impeccable. And I really enjoy it, man.
I'd say years of practice, but I literally just started like 3 weeks ago. So.
All right, buddy. Anything you want to end on?
Looking forward to the next one we could do of these. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
We barely scratched any surfaces with a lot of stuff.
We're gonna have to organize some of these because I just want to say too, with you sitting over here, man, our tech guy Ilya being able to pull up stuff, I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
too,
you might be able to edit in some of like the pictures that we were looking
at.
at.
100%. I can't wait to make
the Jar Jar.
Do stuff with this. Yeah, this is amazing.
I still can't believe I went got on camera. That was, yeah.
That's gonna be.
And I'm not even getting paid for it this time.
I'm gonna sample that, and I'm gonna make different sound levels on it, and I'm gonna make songs with you going guck 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 at different tone levels. All right, bud. It's been awesome.
It's been awesome, man.
All right. Bye, guys.
I need to go to bed.
It's bedtime. Bye.
Bye.